things like this happen, oftentimes the question that comes to mind is, what do I need to do? Do I need to rush to the grocery store? Do I need to stay away from all people in all situations? Do I need to take preventative measures? Do I need to really just wait it out and not worry? So I wanted to encourage you not what to do, but more to give you a frame of mind to evaluate your actions in chaotic times, as well as myself. So, Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Verse 4, each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. Your attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus. And so what I want to encourage you is, when you think about what to do in the coming days and weeks, I want you to have the frame of mind. I know it sounds cliche. What would Jesus do? And I think part of that is having the frame of mind that Christ did. Christ never looked after his own personal self-interests. Think about it. You have the Son of God. You have the most powerful thing, person, place, thing, anything in the world. He chose to come down as a baby. And that baby grew up and he became a man. And this man was not an earthly king. He was not rich. He was powerful, but not in the sense that we often think he should have been, in the way that his followers thought he should have been. He came humbly as a man, and he considered others' needs ahead of his. You can think back to the taunts on the cross of, this man saved so many other people, he cannot even save himself. That was a choice of Christ. He chose not to walk off of the cross, which he very well could have. He chose to stay there for me and you. And so in the upcoming weeks, as we think about how to process information, how to evaluate what we need to do, I encourage you to stop and think, how can I serve other people first? Again, we want to be wise. We want to be cautious. We want to avoid any kind of imminent harm to ourselves. But on a much more real note, we need to be considering other people as more important than ourselves. And so sometimes that means we would be isolating from those people to not get them sick. Other times it may mean that we are running food and supplies to people who cannot get out and get them. And honestly, some of this may even be you're considering someone else more important than yourself by taking the time, reaching out to them, contacting them, having a conversation over the phone or over FaceTime or over a computer. In the coming times, if we do become more isolated because of this, we will need communication more than ever. And so I urge you to pray and think about, how can we think of others as more important than ourselves? How can we consider the needs of others above our own? How can we treat others the way that we would want to be treated? And ultimately, how can we treat others the way that Christ treated us, in that he came not to be served, but to serve and to be a ransom for many. Christ died for many, thinking of them more than himself, so that now he is at the right hand of the Father and he is able to help us. And so, with the help of Christ, think about how to have the mind of Christ and how you can serve others this week and weeks to come.